Today I'm with Anita Moorjani, my friend, and if you don't know her yet, she's the author of Dying to Be Me, and she has a very miraculous cancer remission in 2006, and according to several oncologists, she should have died then. So if you want to learn more, it's in her book and in your website. So today I want to talk to Anita about health, about healing. So you and I know people who are always eating the right foods and always eating organic, doing all the right things, detoxing twice a year and all that. But yet they don't seem well, they are still sick or they are not getting well. So what do you have to say about that?
I like that. Actually, I like that topic a lot because that was me. That was me years ago. I'm going back like more than 10 years ago, 10, 12, 15 years ago. I was doing all the right things, as we say. And
so that was before you had cancer, right?
Even before I had cancer. I was detoxing, I was eating vegan food, I was growing my own wheatgrass before it became fashionable to do that. I was eating organic, again, before it was fashionable to do all these things. And I was obsessive. I was getting all the supplements, the cancer prevention supplements. I was researching, reading cancer prevention books. And guess what? I got cancer. And it's not even in my family. I'm not genetically predisposed to get cancer. And yet I got cancer. But if you ask me today, I know exactly why I got cancer.
Which is?
I lived a life of fear. Every single thing I did, including eating healthy, I did out of fear. So I ate healthy. I was obsessive about it. I didn't, the way my focus on health was unhealthy. So that's the irony of it. I was focused on health, but in actuality, I was actually focused on illness, on sickness, So the focus itself was really unhealthy. But that was my approach to everything in life. I lived a life of fear. Every choice I made out of fear. So even though I was eating healthy foods, I was eating it to avoid illness. So, I mean, in the same way that everything I did because I feared like, for example, I feared failing. So I feared the consequences. I was driven by a fear of consequences rather than by the drive to do positive things or to accomplish things. And that was my life. And very often I recognize myself in other people. I see other people doing exactly that.
Well, you and I met in the coaching community. So as coaches, we know that fear is a motivating force. So fear can motivate people to change. So for you, you were motivated by fear, and you were even like you were ahead of many people, and you were seeking out talks and books and.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I was very driven, but I was driven by fear. And that's not healthy because it eats away. I mean, you know, it's like being in the fight or flight situation all the time rather than to actually enjoy. Today, what I know is that what I've learned is that everything I do because I want to do it, because it brings me pleasure, it brings me joy, because I value and love myself. I no longer live my life out of fear. And you know what's interesting is now, after living through cancer, almost dying of cancer, getting a second chance at life, I value my life, I value myself, I value my health so much that I still gravitate towards healthy foods, but the energy behind what my choices is so different. I would choose healthy because I love my life and I value my life, not because I fear illness. Yeah. It's because I want to live longer. It's because I want to be around for a long time to enjoy life and to relish every minute.
And you're more motivated by being inspired about life, and motivated by what you want and not what you don't want.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it is. I'm much more motivated now by what I want. And I even remember many years ago, and this was before I got cancer, when I went to a health talk by a naturopath in Hong Kong, and I remember that he did a slideshow where he showed all kinds of degenerative things happening to people's bodies and to the animals in the ocean and to the planet and so on. And by the end of the slideshow, I felt very, very fearful because it looked to me like everything caused cancer, everything. You know, whether it's sunshine, whether it's plastics, whether it's eating chicken, our foods have hormones and GMO modified products and so on. It was
Which is all true.
But at the end of the slideshow, I was really filled with fear. And I think that was the turning point for me when I started to become really obsessive about my food. But I remember that day when the naturopath actually said to the audience, "Are you afraid?" And everybody said yes. And he said, "Well, you should be, because this is the truth." And for me, that was the turning point when I started to become fearful of everything to do with what was going into my body.
So that was like right before you got diagnosed?
It was before I became obsessive about my food. Okay. It was after that I really started becoming obsessive about supplements, about going organic, about being vegan, and so on and so forth. And I really mean obsessive. I became antisocial. My life became no fun. When I say antisocial, because I couldn't eat outside, because I didn't know what ingredients were in the food.
I know exactly what you mean, because I see clients like that a lot, and when I give talks, I get sometimes I get asked by people, so what should I eat? What should I do? And I try to calm them. I try to put things in context. Yeah. And I even would try to lighten up. I mean I present the facts. Yes, the facts are there, but we are the ones who interpret the facts. Yeah. Right? And so I'm sure your naturopath was not meaning to cause you to be so fearful that you develop cancer. No healer wants to do that. But I give people a view that, okay, now you have to live and you have to breathe Hong Kong air. Yes. Stop breathing. And I'm very honest. I don't eat pristine clean all the time. Yeah. And I eat out. When I eat out, I get to eat MSG and chemicals, but I don't get obsessed about it, because I know that the most powerful healing mechanism is in our mind. Yes. And the limbic brain. Yes. And when we are stressed, we actually create more toxins. And so the stress of should I eat that chicken skin or that exactly. It's probably more damaging than actually eating it. Exactly. And I believe that if you're going to eat that piece of chocolate or even drink that glass of champagne, enjoy it. Enjoy the company you're with. Enjoy it. Have fun, because there's nothing more therapeutic and healing than laughter and love and the company of people who you enjoy. There really is nothing more therapeutic than that. Yeah, wow. So now you gravitate towards superfood, towards organic food, but it's from a very different place. Yes, and absolutely. You enjoy it more. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it because I can feel its effects on my body, because I am not hard on myself. I love myself. I love my life. I love the things that are happening. So when I do gravitate towards healthy foods, it's just to enhance my life. It's not, I don't do it because I fear cancer. Wow, beautiful. You know, what I see in my work is when people have self-love, it's very easy for them to commit to a health plan. So whether it's financial or time, they don't try to negotiate with me.
I know, and it's funny, those very same people who negotiate and who don't want to invest in themselves because maybe they say, oh, it's too expensive and all, are those very same people who will spend a fortune on a branded pair of shoes or a handbag. And it's almost like they don't value themselves enough to take care and to love them. They don't love themselves enough to take care of what they put in their bodies, but yet they will spend money on something external because they're looking for external validation.
So now you take a more inside-out approach.
Much more inside-out approach.
And so do you think it's a done deal after your NDE? You are completely not afraid that you don't do this fear-driven thing anymore? I
don't do fear anymore. I mean, and I'm not saying that I can guarantee that I will never get cancer. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day the way I exit the world will be through cancer. I have no idea.
Yeah, we all need to
because we all need to exit in a way. We all do. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter if it's by cancer or some other way. But I don't do fear anymore. I'm done with that.